my favorite quote of all time. He's reffing, but I'm in charge. Referees Crease presents the Monday Night Quarterback podcast style. This is a podcast I put together for officials to learn from shared knowledge and past experience, through videos, veteran officials, new officials, doesn't really matter. We're all learning every day in this business. I learn something new every day. So we put this Zoom on every Monday night throughout the season. I came up with this idea because I was a rink rat when I was growing up. I always went to my father's games, and after the game, they frequent the bar. They'd have, 10 to 20 officials show up, and what did they all talk about? Ref talk, complaining about coaches, players, parents, you name it, they talked about it. I always learn from other people's mistakes, my own mistakes, and I like to share those with the group. And so when we're out in the ice, we're making the quick decisions, we give ourselves the best chance to execute those decisions efficiently through secondary training platforms such as this one. We show clips from across the country, junior hockey, college hockey, youth hockey, you name it, we show it. We have officials on here, talking about their games that they, the clips we're showing. And it's great because they're walking us through their position on the ice, what they saw, what they were thinking, what call they made, and why they made their decision. And we all discuss it as a group. We have officials on here from, pro hockey, college hockey, all over the place. And everybody else has a different viewpoint, a different experience that could shed light on any type of situation, and we're all learning and growing. I show videos of myself. It's great. We have great discussion on here. So, further ado, that's my monologue. There'll be plenty of them on these Zooms, as you'll know. I like to yap. But at any rate, here's the first Monday Night Quarterback podcast style presented by Gene Sr. and Gene Binder Jr. of Referees Crease. Get into the videos here. This one, I'm going to show this one first. This one here led into, this is a fight situation, scrum situation. Everybody see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
There we go. All right. See what's going on here? Paul, you're on the call, right?
Yep, I'm here.
Yep.
Replay again if you can.
Absolutely. We'll run this a couple times, pal.
Oh, there's more. There's more.
What
All right.
level is this?
This is a junior game. Where's this, Walpole?
Yeah. EHLP Walpole versus Valley Junior Warriors.
Very good. All right. So when we come in here, right, we don't ever grab any player from behind, right? And can someone explain to me why we don't do this?
Yeah, because you set them up to get killed.
Right.
Well, the player doesn't know that
crack
you're a
with an elbow.
referee or a player.
Because
Correct.
he may think you're a different player from the other team.
Right.
Yeah, if you grab a player
And
from
then
behind,
they're going to swing at you, and now you get to do paperwork.
Exactly. So, but this led into, now you got them, and once you have them here, you kind of screwed, because now you got to go in for the ride. Like now you're along for the ride. You're still really getting out. Sorry, I'm still letting people in here. Pain. So now you twisting, pushing and shoving. Now right here, you're hanging on for dear life, right? Now just walk us through what was going on here, Paul.
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, right before this, there was a White made a okay hit, but Black hit the boards kind of weird. So one of his teammates came in, took exception. We had the scrum, so Drex blew the play dead. I'm coming in. I try to get my hand over top of him, like I'm not trying to get behind him, but he's just squirming around, so I end up behind him. And like you said, once I got behind him, I'm just hanging on for dear life.
Exactly.
Rip him off, and he's going batshit crazy. Turns around, looks me dead in the eyes, and asks me to fight him.
Yep. So when we're going in here, guys, right? Just you gotta watch, go watch Kevin Carr, go watch those old school old school videos, right? Like those, like hockey fights. I'm sure you get into like a little reel of them. You know, and just watch Kevin Collins, watch these guys kind of wedge themselves in between the fighters, and they go up and over the top, right? Like you gotta square up, both you and the linesman. Like you don't go in there just yet because they're still tangled up, right? So you went in a little premature, right? So give it a second, square up, and don't go in until you do have that window. You never had, like you don't have that window yet. Just wait for it to open up, and the second you got it, jump in. You might take a shot, whatever. Protect yourself, protect the head, and get up and over and lock arms. And your partner has to do the same. So your partner's not ready yet. You jumped in pretty quickly, and then you got it in a wrestling match, right?
Yeah, so I mean, so what I saw was, I mean, Black just wanted nothing to do with the kid. So like Black wasn't even trying to engage with him. So that's why I made the decision right away to just jump in and try to grab White. But I mean, I agree. I probably jumped in a little early.
It's all good. Learning lesson here. So we're not jumping into the pile too quick, right? Wait for your partner. These two guys are engaged. They're willing combatants, right? Don't put yourself in harm's way because two kids want to go do like a wrestling match, right? Give it the opportunity, give it that extra second, and then jump in. All right, now this one here.
Hey Gino, real quick. I'll just chime in because I was on the game as well.
Yeah.
We had a conversation in the dressing room about this kid. Like
Okay.
we had prior knowledge this kid is an athlete.
Sorry to bug you.
Very good.
Hang on.
You could mute everybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I was saying, so we already had prior knowledge that this kid is a little kid. I've had problems with him. I think maybe every game we've had him. So that was a conversation we had, and he's a loose cannon. He snaps. So, you know, I think, you know, that it's a situation where he's got the kid like around the back of him, and the other player for Walpole kind of in a vulnerable spot.
Yep.
Because we don't know what the heck this kid is about to do. So he had already been stirring the pot. He's a problem. You know, it was one of those where if you don't jump in quick with this kid, you don't know how bad it could get.
Oh, fair enough.
So
But you know, just again, rule of thumb, just try to wedge yourself in between there instead of trying to go in from behind, because it just never ends well for us. It's all about protection. Now, this one here, just listen to the volume and let me know your thoughts.
There's no volume on I don't hear anything.
All right, well, so right here, this guy's down, okay? Play goes up ice. Now this linesman here is yelling and screaming, get up, get up, get up, as this kid is down in the corner here. He just took a heavy hit, right? No call.
Where's the ref?
The ref's right there. What do you guys think on this hit?
Well, with the kid staying down like that and the play going up the ice, if White doesn't have a scoring opportunity, just blow it dead.
Right? How many,
Especially if that kid's down.
like you guys can't hear that, but everybody's yelling, hey, hey, hey. Look, it's 5-on-4 right now. Now look what we got. Now we got a melee.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Right?
And that could have been
So sometimes blowing that whistle for the potential injury will prevent a lot of retaliation on behalf of the white team.
100%. And you know what, guys, like I'm in an administrative role now, right? And I open my email box and you get this from an owner and you go, player safety. What are you guys doing to protect our players, right? We have a big hit. Now it's down the other end. Now we have a scrum. Now we got to fight. Like, what the hell's going on here? Right. And now I'm feeling the heat from other people, you know, and we gotta always just err on the side of safety and, you know, make sure that if a guy's down, we're gonna blow it.
The expander
Mhm.
in here already?
Do you fix it?
No, but cloth over it.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoever that is, mute.
Yep.
So when was the right time to blow the whistle there? Like when it got into the corner?
Yep, like
Going right
like
before.
right here. Like right here, I'm killing play. Like that kid is not. We,
Okay.
Right
Is
there.
there an immediate scoring opportunity right here?
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Do we have an
not
immediate?
in.
No.
No,
They're
it's
in
not.
transition. Just kill it. Let the player get to the bench.
No one is ever going to yell at you for blowing the whistle for player safety.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to mention it was a blatant interference call that was completely missed.
Yep.
Yep.
The
Why
puck-
is the linesman yelling him to get up? I don't get that.
I don't know either.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense.
That's really weird.
How many of us on this call are medical doctors that can say the kid's fine and just get up, right?
You just not.
Still
I
not.
don't you don't yell that at anyone except for maybe like, I mean, nobody really, not even a little kid. I mean, unless they're, you just don't really yell at anybody. Not
Exactly.
your role.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, regardless in this situation, you can blow that down the neutral zone. I mean, it's a good thing that wasn't buried at the other end.
Right.
That coach could have come unglued. Like you could always say player safety and blow it down the neutral zone. If that puck gets buried and there's an injured player at the other end, now you've got a whole world of problems.
What does my father
Wait.
always say, Chris? Seconds
corner, right?
matter, right? What if
Yep.
he hit his noodle and he's bleeding or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like seconds matter. And here we are, we're protectors of the game, right? We need to protect the game, protect the players, and
Players.
if someone's down, and like right here, they're policing themselves right now because we didn't do our jobs, right? So we're our own worst enemy sometimes. Let's try not to do that. All right.
Gino.
Yes, sir.
Chris brought up a good point of don't kill it in that was red offensive zone. Let white team carry it out of their defensive zone and kill the play as soon as he crosses the blue line. Then you got a neutral zone drop. Nobody's getting an advantage. That would be the time to kill it.
Yep, that's a good point.
Can I ask a question on that? I guess if you blew it in the red zone, because you had a red injury, wouldn't you give white the advantage of moving the puck to the neutral zone as a?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you blow the play dead there for red being injured in the attacking zone, you're going to take it out of the zone anyway.
That's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, this next one, I think Anthony Kenny, you on the call?
He is.
All right. So we had this one over the weekend. And this has a video replay component to it. I haven't got any answers from the NCAA on it. We got a meeting here Wednesday or Thursday, forget which day, can't keep them straight. But this will be definitely shown. This is a goal situation. All right, we get a couple of looks at it here.
In fact, the goalie was pushed in by somebody.
Yeah, right. So look this is the key player up here, 17 up at the top of the crease, right? And Anthony, just walk us through you got the low guy and you got the high guy, right? So in this situation here, what is the low official's responsibility?
Yeah, the
Goal line.
Yeah, Anthony Kenny, he was on this game, so he's gonna walk us through this, and then we can chime in. All right, guys?
So low official here is obviously is watching shot to the net, puck to the puck. Here is trying to find it. He's attacking the net. So as the puck comes in, he's attacking, trying to find the puck here. And he's got a good eyes. He's got great position right here. He finds puck. It's in the net. Okay. So once he's got vision on the puck, and he doesn't have vision on the players. So the top referee is trying to watch players here, trying to see what's going on. So what we see here is I'm actually up top on this one, and the down low official comes in. He's got great position. He finds the puck. He points. Boom.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you where the puck ends up. So right here is the overhead, right? The puck's gonna be
29 is the one who drove him in with his stick. 29 dark. Right here in the right corner.
It was
I don't
17.
think his stick touches him.
No, 17.
I think it's 17. I think it's the guy up top, but you can't. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's guessing. That's
So
the whole
here we
deal.
go, guys. So here's the question, right? We got puck. The referee's got puck. Okay. And then puck shot on net. And then we got a whole bunch of sticks in there, right there, whole bunch of sticks, right? So according to our NCAA rule, if the down low referee has the puck in the net and we have a goal on the ice, we're not sure from the top overview right there what actually pushes that goaltender in. Are we conclusively sure that
Oh, yeah.
what stick?
17.
Okay, so you can say that.
Yeah.
We're not conclusively sure.
Right.
You
Like
can see
it right there, but is that
Look at 17. Look at how far back he
Drives
is.
him right in.
Watch his arms.
17 pushes him right in.
My question is why are we so focused on the puck and not on the action in front of the net?
Well,
One of the
that's
supervisors we have down here in Florida for the coast always tells our referees, keep your eyes up. You'll know when the puck goes in the net.
No,
You have video review for whether or not the puck crosses the goal line. You only get one look,
that's a good
potentially video review for the goal interference or whatever, but not being so puck focused.
I completely disagree.
but it makes sense. Like
But you can't see where the puck is in this video. So I feel like that's not 100% accurate.
You
Like-
can see it for a brief second underneath his pad.
Holy
It
shit.
disappears.
The other go up in the air, like the side angle. You saw it, the puck.
Yeah, this is a doozy.
So this is the question. The question is, if you have a good goal on the ice,
Right, is it?
you have a good goal on the ice and you're not sure, and you can't for sure say what pushes that goaltender in.
Because his
Well, then you
momentum-
have to call a goal.
right.
When in doubt, what's the saying?
When in doubt, the goal shall count.
Absolutely.
So this is our question. That's where we stand right now. And Gino, would you like me to talk about our discussion as we went in?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's healthy because this is live. This happens and it's now a part of the game. Like video replay, it's a part of officiating now, and we have to learn how to work through replays, work through calls like this. So we're coming out and we're trying to get us the best opportunity and the best call. Right? We want to get it right, and it's a part of our game, and we need to work at it. It's new to us. It's new to me, and it's something that we have to live with now.
I don't even think they keep a goal judge down low on the ice anymore in this rink. in
No,
Fairfield.
the Army goal judge, actually the Air Force goal judge stood next to me in the press box. He just hit the
Right.
Do you have a review on this play? Or no?
Yes. Oh yeah. They
So,
reviewed
so,
it.
so would you call this a goal to give yourself the ability to review it on video?
Oh no, you can go review. You have to make a decision on ice, right? If he
Right.
called it no
And you
goal,
want to get it right, absolutely.
right. So he has the puck in the net. He points goal. The call on the ice going into replay is goal, and I'll take it from there, Anthony. How you and Ryan talked it through.
So I'm up top on this, and what I see from up top is Mitten 17 from Colgate come in, right? So I'm up top. I see him go in, and automatically right there, I'm like, I don't like it up top. I'm like, and so Sweeney's the other referee, comes up, and so he's got a good goal because he's got puck. That's his job. His job is to point for. He's got a puck. He's the goal is the most important thing. You miss that, that's bad. He's got the puck in the net. He's got a goal. So he comes up. We discuss it. He says, Anthony, I got the puck in the net. I said, okay, from up top, it looks like Colgate comes in, but we got a good goal on the ice. The next process is he reports, and I go over, I'm starting the line change. And then at this point, Sacred Heart obviously challenges the play on the ice. So we announce the play is under review. We go into the box, or actually we had our discussion with the linesman there. We go into the box, and the box is obviously showing, the review is showing the exact same things we see here. The first review is from, we want to see over top. So Ryan's got a good goal. That's the first thing, right? The second thing is, how does the goaltender get into the net? And that's what we're trying to figure out. There's so many sticks in there that we really can't conclusively say that 17 pushes him in. So our discussion is, I didn't like it from up top. I'm kind of like, I don't know. The goaltender goes in and he doesn't just go in on his own. So I was kind of uncomfortable with it. But Sweeney says to me, Anthony, we are not 100% sure that that player pushes him in. So if we're not 100% sure on this play, can we overturn it? And I said, you know what? You're correct. If we're not 100% sure, conclusive evidence, we cannot overturn it, which is the rule. That's where we stand.
Add to that, there's a bit of a move that the goalie makes that is characteristic of, he's thinking he's losing it and he wants to grab it back with his knees. I know, I'm a goalie.
I see that too. There's a lot going on in this.
Yeah, and that move renders it exactly what you said, Anthony, is inconclusive on that basis.
Right.
I see 17 stick pushing the goalie in. No one on white stick, even though all the sticks are there, no one on white is going to push their goalie back to the net.
It took me a couple of views. I do want to say I saw 17 stick flexing as he was pushing the goalie, though.
The 17 stick is what pushed the goalie in the net. I mean, from that video there, I'm 100% 17 push the goalie.
That's fair. I mean, listen.
No question, because the white sticks aren't going to push him in the net. That's not going to happen, ever. Right? A defenseman is never going to push his goalie into the net. And you can see 17 stick right in the middle, right in his pad. And he even drives his skate with a stride at the top of the circle. I'm just saying what I saw. There's no question 17 pushed him in the net.
Hey, Kenny, does Sacred Heart have any Zoom?
Overhead view? Or did you have the in-rink overhead view? Because that's coming off of a TV feed.
Exactly. We have the overhead view in rink. And then we have at that rink, we had the angle from Sweeney's side of the ice. It's a different angle. It's not what
your overhead view in the rink is probably a lot narrower than that. Maybe going to the very top of the crease.
Right. So we have different angles of the cameras, and then we also have a lot less pressure sitting in a Zoom call than we do looking at a tablet watching the review on the ice. So that might be a little bit easier to call.
Yeah.
At least here than it is in the rink.
Oh, 100%. And that's why I think it's good to bring these type of calls up, because we do have to go in and make a decision. Because like, I remember I sat in I was on the NCAA rules committee for 2 years. And if anybody's invited to do that, go and do that. That's quite an experience. But it came right off a year where a kid from Miami had one DQ already, and then he got a DQ in the regional tournament, and then they went in and replayed it for 8 minutes, and they came out with a DQ. And now that kid, if they advance to the Frozen Four, he can't play because of the progressive, So like that's why we're calling the game misconduct now because of stuff like that, because like we are high pressured. It's all eyes are on you, and you have to make a decision. So they're saying, why do we leave it in the referee's hands whether or not that kid's suspended or not? So. All that kind of stuff factors into replays. And here's another one here. This happened in a women's game this weekend. Let me know your thoughts, because I got mine.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
You guys see this?
Yeah.
Head contact to me. Her head snapped back.
Hard for me to tell if there's head contact. There's at very least body checking.
It's either head contact or interference with significant contact.
Looks like an elbow to me.
I think White is standing still and Dark just skates right into her.
White's coming
over skates the puck too.
No, White's going for the puck here, but
yeah,
that's oof. Does look like an elbow to the head.
Right?
Judging by the way she helicoptered, it looks like it's head
Bad
contact.
hockey
though.
play.
The way she's going for the puck, she does have her elbow up. I think she does make elbow contact to the head.
So even though this is a collision, guys, right, and girls, we're still coming up with a 5 here because there is contact to the head. I saw this on my phone Friday night when it came in, and I had a hard time with the major here, with even a penalty. And then I watched it on my laptop and had a talk with Brian, and I agree with him. I think this is a perfect 5 and stay, right? Because she does make a head contact. Okay. You run the risk of stepping up and making body contact here, even though you're playing the puck right here.
Yeah, the intent's not there, but the elbow's still there and it's hitting the head. So I mean,
From what I can tell, the puck looks like it's already past the white skater. So they just overlooked the puck and went straight for the body hit.
I don't even think she's looking for body, to be honest. I think she just flat out misses the puck, and because of the way she's holding her stick, she's got her elbow so high, it's right at the head.
So
what about the player that's like the other player that gets hit is kind of like leaned over too? Like I get it. There was elbow to the head, but like she's kind of lunging forward for the puck.
All right. So Nate, that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to bring that up, why that's a 5 and standalone. And that's exactly the point. So the reason why they put the 5 standalone is because her head changes direction, right? She went from here down to here. If she kept her head up, it would probably have been chest to chest or shoulder to shoulder. But now she's down like this. Now she's vulnerable, but a play would have been made legal anyway. We're not throwing the person out, but we're still considering a major because it was contact to the head. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Kind of combining, I hear it like they're combining, first of all, it's women's hockey, so there's no body check. So they're combining the body check with a specific head contact. So it's easy to come up with a 5. It's like they have that same rule in USA hockey, I think.
Correct.
For girls. Yeah.
It's similar, but you can't call a standalone major in USA hockey.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good point.
I understand, but when they have a check, that's like a girl checks and it's an illegal check. You get a 5 a game.
All right. Now this is a men's game, and let me know your thoughts on this one.
Oh,
That's not high at all. Jesus.
That's like when I played.
Looked like he left his feet.
Got in on me.
Two
different penalties in one.
Yeah.
He leaves his feet too. Jesus.
I don't think there's any question that's at least head
22 at a
contact.
personal
spot.
head
Contact and charging.
Start with the charge, and then maybe head contact.
Shark. Yep.
5 in games.
All right.
Boom.
Showers.
Yep.
39 seconds left too in the game.
The score was 8-1 as well. It's just to completely piss you on.
Let me ask you this, Gino. I mean, is that teetering on a DQ? Because that's not a hockey play right there.
I don't know how you don't call
39 seconds to go.
All right, listen.
I don't know how you don't call a DQ there. The kid literally leaves his feet.
All right. Well, this is what I'm going to tell you and explain to you guys on how this is going to get broken down and how I want you to call this play. In college hockey, you're calling this a 5 in the game. Okay. I'm letting supplemental discipline take over for 2 reasons. This is a non-conference game, right? Now, if I'm calling a DQ in that, they're going to be bullshit because we're kind of across the field going, let us do it supplemental, right? All right. Mike Schmidt, one of my former supervisors, I worked this league for 6-7 years, sent me a text with the clip, and he goes, here, let me know your thoughts. And I just wrote back, don't like he left his feet. He goes, exactly. And then the supplemental discipline process kicked off, and me and the commissioner thought, it was 1 game. And when I had the conversation with Michelle, she goes, I don't care if that's in the first, second, third period. That is a gross hit, and we're going to supplement that. All right. Now, junior hockey, that is a 5 in the DQ, right? You guys, we want you calling that one a DQ in junior hockey. Does everybody understand the difference in college?
I'm
and
I'm
junior
still
hockey?
I'm still new to juniors. I'm a little lost in the difference between game misconduct and DQ.
Okay, so a game misconduct, you're just out for that game, all right? And the game disqualification is just like a match penalty in USA Hockey. You're automatically suspended for 2 games, but it's not 30 like a match, okay?
So it's just a slightly less severe match penalty compared to USA Hockey's.
Bingo, right? It's an
Awesome, thank
automatic
you.
2-game suspension. If you get 2 in a season, it's progressive and you miss more games, X, Y, and Z. So,
Gino,
yeah, go ahead.
so we've had this conversation at the state between D1 and D3 as well. Now,
Great
we all
call.
know the video quality coming out of D3 versus D1 is similar to the play, right? So what we've in the past, the instructions have been to react and call the DQ if you think it's the DQ at the D3 level. Is that still our path? Or
Chizzy,
are you going with the 5 in the game?
Chizzy, I'm glad you brought that up because that is exactly what I want you to do. I want you to treat it just like the juniors. I want you to call that hit there a DQ, right? Because like you said, the video quality and all that, that is still in play, right? That one there, it rises to the level of a DQ.
I agree. I think if you see that hit at the D3 level, you have to assess the DQ there.
Yep.
And because you don't have the replay, you don't have don't have the video quality that you will to do the supplemental discipline as well.
Correct. That's a very good point. I'm glad you brought that up. All right. Now this was a good heads up play here. This happened in the Michigan State Air Force game too, but unfortunately the clip when it comes on, it has the stupid advertisement, so you don't see the wing move. So what Michigan State was doing in the end zones, they would put a guy on the boards and they would creep in and time the face off and come through the circle and try to win it and shoot. And they scored the first goal of the game Friday night doing that after I just warned the linesman about it from the night before. So it was very, very sneaky, very subtle, but they did it. And it was a sneaky play. And this is a set play here that AIC said that they were doing. Anybody see what
cheeky? That's a cheeky move.
Very sneaky. This is a set play. Oh, let's play dumb. Right? Linesman nailed it. Frozen 4 linesman nailed it, actually.
Kind of reminiscent of what the Quinnipiac did in the final game.
Right.
A little bit.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. See that? See how
But in NCAA, you can be in move.
No, you can't.
No,
You
you
have to
can't
be
be in motion.
stationary.
You cannot be in
Okay.
motion in the NCAA.
Only in the USA, right?
Yes,
What do we got?
Correct.
Right here.
USA
That
you
was
can, but NCAA you cannot.
very sneaky. So I thought that was a good heads up. Game awareness. It's 1-0. It's a big moment. You got to manage the big moments in big games. And right there, if AIC walks down and sieves one, and then you get this, come across your desk going, hey, they had a head start going in. Now it's a 2-on-1 and they just put it home. Right? It smelled funny. His antennas went up. He killed play. Right? Nobody's going to yell at you for a dead ball in this situation, right? You just reset. It's 20 minutes on the clock, right? And they just cheated and he was right. So if you get that feeling and that little antennas go up, hammer it down, make the call, reset it. And you're right. So good job on Drain on that part.
Yeah, great call.
So Gino, quick question on that. If you blow it dead for motion in NCAA, would you reset the clock on the time and warn the
Yes.
center?
Correct. You won the
Okay.
center and you reset the time. Very good. Thank you for following up on that. All right, let's get into which one do I want to show? Some junior clips. There's some good ones.
Is there any situation where the ref could blow that dead if he sees that happening?
Yeah, we're a team. Yep.
Yeah.
Linesman
Yeah.
is sleeping. Yeah, go ahead, take it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say any one of us can call that one. Just blow it dead. Any of the 4 guys on the ice that sees it, call it.
Us moving around his net with speed. Big.
It's so gross. Ugh.
We have a scrum.
Like, how is he not getting Hanson brother shuffled with, like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh,
On his net with speed.
Does that say first period?
Open eyes.
yeah. It's gross.
We have a scrum.
That announces.
That's on par for the Western Conference.
We have a scrum.
My God, if that happened 10 years ago. Gotta fight.
That is not Jim Carr right there. That's for sure.
That is not Jim Carr.
Why are you wearing that run? Man, this is a good one.
Us moving around his net with
So
speed.
that's a DQ class.
Nice.
That's as bad as it gets. Like, this kid's not even moving. Like,
If that's
man,
ever a penalty for throwing a kid out of hockey, then I don't know what is.
right? Like, sniff you later. Like,
We got gloves
it's like
off.
life suspension.
Gotta fight.
Man,
That was longest yard style.
Hey, Gino, I got my first NH3 LHL game coming up.
Yep.
Any advice? What is it? I got the patch kind of,
make sure it's on
hanging
the.
there.
Make sure it's on this side.
Make sure it's on the front.
All right. Got the name on the back. I'm good to go.
All right. You get the stickers on the helmet too, or no?
Need them. Send them.
Felt right.
NH3HL. Let's go, baby.
Bring the foil.
Filled. All right.
Jay Durfee special.
Yeah. All right. This one is kind of gross too.
Oop, sorry, talking to my dogs.
Oh,
Right. That's disgusting.
Oh, Jesus. Took his head off.
Completely unnecessary to do that.
Yep. Yep. This is also a DQ. It's intent to injure, right?
Amazing the kid actually got up, showing no injury from that.
I don't know. He looked like he was a little.
Yeah, he
was
took it up.
He'll feel that tomorrow.
Yeah, he can't even pick a stick up.
who are these two teams?
I don't know.
Seattle and Casper.
There's two West Coast teams.
Oh,
So quick question on that one too. After the obvious, major DQ on the head contact, and he's got that guy on the ice punching him. Are we adding another 5 game for a fight there?
Yep.
Or okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're probably putting 10 minutes up for him. I would. I didn't see the other guy fighting. I just saw him get his ass kicked.
Yeah, just on the ground.
Yeah, maybe you're putting two for unsportsmanlike, and I would have put 5. I would have put 10 minutes up on the board. Anybody disagree with that?
Nope.
Nope.
I was thinking instigator or aggressor.
Yeah. See you later. Thanks for coming. All right.
whoa, there he goes again.
Yep. He scored though. What do we got here?
Looks like he gets his leg in there too. I don't know about the rest of it.
Yeah, can you back that up a little bit?
That's 5 and DQ.
Like head contact.
He intended to really hit him in the head.
Guys, there's 20 seconds left in a 6-3 game. That kid.
It's first period. No, why did I think it was first? Third. My bad.
The other one was
he's
first.
taking a run. He's taking a run at that kid and trying to put him in the ground. You gotta penalize that. That's
Yeah.
not a hockey play.
Gino, is this
This
last
kid's
weekend?
looking for the
Because we see
pass coming out of the
Poscast
zone.
this
He doesn't
weekend.
have the puck.
You're
That's
right, Dan.
that's
He's lining them up.
horrible.
Right.
Say who?
Yeah, I'm 100% with you there, Chizzy. That's not a hockey play at all. He's just being a
Taking a run at that kid, trying to hurt him. That's all that is.
Shoulder to head.
100%.
He saw an opportunity in right here, and he goes, "You know what? I'm going to get him," and he got him.
You got it. You got to call that for what it is. That's a DQ.
Absolutely.
All right, so you guys are kind of getting the gist here with the difference between the college Division I, and then we were going to the juniors and the D3 stuff, right?
Say game, you'd call that intent to injure match penalty, then match him out.
100%. Anybody execute the wheel lately? Anybody know what I talk about? The wheel? Does anybody know what that is?
Oh, I hit that in a 2-in-1 game last weekend. I went all the way around. Oh, that was good.
Nice. So my two roommates, I live with Wild Bill McGoldrick and John Shaw out in Omaha, Nebraska. And whenever we work together, I always bet them the first soda after the game. If they did the wheel, I had to buy, and if they didn't, I got to drink for free. So it was a fun bet, and I very rarely won.
Explain the wheel.
All right, this one here, guys, is to stay connected, right? Never give up on the play. We got a trip. It's obvious. Now the kid's pissed and smokes him. Now we don't have a call on this. We just have the trip, I believe.
Ow.
Major boarding.
Yep, all day. Thanks for coming. And then that kid comes in, gets a cross check. So you got that kid. So how many minutes is going up for Orange here?
7.
7
minutes
and 5.
2 and 5. And then what do we got here for blue?
You have a deuce in there?
Yep.
Matching.
So only 5 goes on the board for the boarding.
The original trip. Then you got the board and then the cross check on the retaliation.
I got 9 minutes
5.
on Orange.
9. Oh, I like that. Explain.
So you got the original trip, you got the boarding, and then the roughing that he's engaging
comes
with
back
right
on.
there as well.
Well, you know what? Like I don't count that rough in there as much because he kind of got engaged with, right? Like the blue has to stay out of there. They're going up on a 7-minute power play. And now I'm going to come in and cross check them kind of in the face. And now I just get them wrestled to the ground. But I could support an extra deuce there for roughing if you really want to lay the hammer. Junior hockey, like, you know what? You guys aren't getting it. I'm just going to, that's it. Load yours up.
Third period, 1:40 left in the game. So that's it.
Yeah, no, I can support that. But what is the teaching lesson here though?
Stay with the whole event.
Right.
Don't think it's over till it's over.
Exactly. All right. Now this game was a doozy. But this is a learning lesson for linesmen, right? What's going on here? Where's the referee?
There he goes.
Referee's not ready.
Well, the
Nobody's
clock-
set.
Partners aren't ready.
Nobody's ready.
How can they be inside with 20 minutes on the clock?
Well, obviously this discrepancy here with the clock. Sometimes Flow TV and Hockey TV don't add up. The clocks.
It happened on a previous one too. The clock showed 20 minutes, but they were already playing the game.
Right, a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
saw-
the EHL.
I saw that too.
A lot of the EHL games have that too.
Okay.
All right, so the clock's really irrelevant. What's going on here, guys, is we're a team, right? If you're going over to talk, give he sees them right here, right? He knows what the heck he's doing. He's going over the bench quick, and good job with that other linesman going with him, right? Don't let him go over the bench, have a conversation by himself, because we're the third party and we can back up what the coach said and what the referee said. And we get the referee out of there. All right. So did the referee signal this linesman to get this, this thing rocking and rolling yet?
Well, it's hard to tell. Maybe when he was in neutral zone, he actually did, but
yeah,
if he did, he shouldn't have, because the
Right.
linesman and the ref are still skating and talking.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if he signaled for him to do it, all you do is blow the whistle, then you make sure everybody's lined up, including your partners, before you drop the puck, knowing he's at the red line when he signaled.
Right.
They're not even close to the boards, or they're like in the middle of the ice.
Right. And then it puts a referee in a tough spot sometimes. Like a whole bunch
Same
of
thing.
stuff, right? Reaction, you might miss a penalty here. You might put yourself in harm's way. There's a lot of factors.
God forbid they take a shot on the face-off and you miss a goal call.
Right.
Gino, I don't know how you feel on this, but right after that puck went down and I saw it, I'd blow my whistle.
Yes.
Play and do the face off, and I'd also light that fucking guy up for dropping the puck. Me ready. Or partner ready. So yeah, you kill that right away and redo that whole thing.
Right. And good job of this linesman too going over.
Same thing after an icing. Make sure if you're the linesman dropping the puck that your partner's got back to the blue line and ready. So many times we try to just race that puck down and the free linesman is not yet set up to make a call at the blue line or back their partner up if somebody jumps behind them.
There it is.
That's interference.
Yep.
That's it.
Now,
What I do.
Yeah, right. What I love about this call is the linesman's reaction, right? Like the linesman kind of makes the call with his eyes here, right? He goes, boom, looks right at the referee. You got that, right? Perfect. But now, as linesmen, we need to be springing off that line, right? Going right to that guy, making sure no one's going after him because he did just cheap shot him, right? So good job. But then we got to execute afterwards. The play's not done yet, guys. We got to continue all the way through. Good thing nothing happens. But White probably pissed here, right? So he got the penalty. Ball to your feet. You're flying up into this. Now he's pissed off too, the player, right? And a couple things. You get there to avoid a fight or anybody coming at him, because now you're showing, some presence. And the other thing too, you guide him away from the referee because he's probably pissed off he's going to the box, right? It's a great call. And that's what you say to him. You got to get there, calm him down, and guide him, right? Now we're kind of lackadaisical, kind of getting off here, right? Look at him, arms up.
Gino, could I point out too that as a referee there, and this is why I'm such a proponent in stopping and then make the call.
Yeah.
And there's reasons for that. More than just the coach sometimes is on the whiteboard, you blow the whistle, you make the call quick. He has no idea what just happened. And now that invites him to say, hey, what do you got? And now it opens up a dialogue that doesn't need to be opened. Plus, as he swings through, there's players behind him now that something could happen. Someone gets stabbed and now you miss it. So if you watch, when he flies in and does this, watch, you got white right there. And even though your linesmen are there, it doesn't matter. So you stop and you whistle goes, you wait a second, and then you make the call. So everyone in the building sees it, including the coaches. And then if that kid skates after you, he's got to go the opposite direction of where he's supposed to go, which is the box. Now he can chase you to the box.
Right.
So whenever you make your call, stop and then make the call.
Because that's why this kid got to come. You just point, right? Good point, Mark.
And then if he starts coming at you, you give him the stop sign. So everyone in the building knows you just told him, don't you fucking come near me. Right? You're not saying that, but you put the stop sign up and then you point him to go that way. And now everyone knows where he's supposed to go. And if he keeps coming, well, then it's an easy dime or, or an easy, an extra two.
Right.
And everyone in the building saw him come after you. If he chases you to the box and now you call him for something, well, now it's just more convoluted. And now you have to explain more shit. Make your job easier. Don't make it more difficult.
Bingo.
Curious, how many guys in here would call that guy for his big arms in the air protest to the call? Like, is that enough to give the guy any extra minutes?
Yeah.
Depends on the level. And, you know, I would, if it's his third time doing it, for sure. But whenever a kid does that, you want to have a talk with them and say, hey, you want to throw your hands up, even if you're praying, you're going to go sit for 10. I don't need to see any palms in the air. All right.
Depends on what he's saying.
Well, that too. I mean, if he screams across the ice, you know, something about your whatever.
Your mother. Yeah.
It's another thing. But palms in the air at a higher level of hockey doesn't mean automatically you whack him. It also depends on who the player is. And if he's been a dick the whole game. You know, there's a lot more goes into it than just whacking him for hands up in the air.
At the lower level, you see it with the younger kids, and it's really a bad habit.
Well, then you talk to him, Mark. You go over and you talk to the kid and you explain why he doesn't want to do that. Talk to the coach and say, hey, coach, let your players know them throwing the hands up like this is only going to get them an extra penalty. Right?
Yeah.
At the younger levels, they're banging their sticks as hard as they can on the ice, or sometimes the boards will, you know, they're going to get a penalty for that if you really kind of, you know, doing that, you know, but, you know, it's, if they're acting like a dick because they're getting a penalty, like you have to police that and talk to the coach or whatever.
Right. That's a good point. Like always police it. Like it's not all necessarily the penalty, but at least you address it, right? You address the bad behavior. You swing by the coach, like, hey, coach, I know you don't teach your kids bad body language. Like, I don't need like the arms up and the protest after every call. Like, can we get a grip on that? Oh yeah, no problem. It's all in your approach. It's how you approach people. It's all about your communications, right? Communication skills are so important. Like when I talk to my father sometimes, like my chest hurts because of how he comes at me. And he's not even coming at me. He's talking, right? And I'm like, why am I in trouble? And he's just, right? So come in your approach. Like if you come in like, you know, with kid gloves, sometimes you know it works. Or
you know, that's a good example of if you go over the coach with the wrong attitude, it's only going to escalate. So communication is key. And so if you go over and say, coach, listen, I don't want to give your players extra penalties, but if they keep whacking their sticks or putting their hands in the air, I'm going to have to. So
and what's your favorite line? They run the risk, right?
Right. And that will eliminate that. And if the kid's too stupid and does it again, well, then you whack him.
And then you have something to go on because you just went over to the coach and said, hey, coach, we just talked about this. And then you just point at Junior, right? And then like the coach goes, well, he did say it, right? And like if he's a good coach, he'll go and yell at his kids. Like, dude, he just told you, right? Like how many times is that? It works. And like, yeah, just try it and, you know, have some fun with it too. Like make it like a game almost. Anybody on this game on the call? What do we got here?
What game is this?
It's an interference and a half.
Yeah. And then a trip.
All right. So this kind of, I think this is the one that escalated into the coach losing his mind because I think there was another hit in this game, but I don't have the clip. But that wasn't called, right? And why isn't this called? Whenever you're, first of all, when you're reffing and you're even with the play. 2, you're looking over your shoulder, right? And 3, it's 3-man system, and you got to be like squared up to the plate, 10 to 15 feet. And if you're doing all those things, you're kind of out of position. You want to be 10 to 15 feet below above the play. You never want to be even with it, right? So you're not going to see it clear.
It looks like he saw it though,
Yeah, but he didn't see it clearly. You know what I'm saying? So if he was skating the building properly, you know, he would have been able to see this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're even with it, you kind of get a glimpse. Like you don't know, you can't see the extension, you can't see anything from that sight line. Is my point.
Yep.
So what you want to do is get yourself square or get yourself below the plate, right? What's he doing right now? He's gliding.
Coasting, yeah.
Yep. Keep moving your feet, right? C cut, C cut, C cut, and get an angle here. Like get down deep, right? You might see this hook. You might see this interference. You might catch something because now you got a sight line on it. Here you have no sight line and you have no chance of getting anything right.
You just want to be like what, at 80 degrees or so from the play?
Yeah, you want to be above
Like
it.
not 80, maybe.
Right. You want to be the 10 to 15 feet behind play, right? So like if you find yourself here, right, which is fine, you skate backwards into the zone, skate backwards into the zone, get your ass backwards. If you were skating into the zone forward, you'd be moving your feet to the goal line, right? No different. When I was in the 4-man system, it took me a while to figure that part out because like a couple of times you're coming in and you just get coasted and you're on skis and you just coasting. And then there's a little hook on the side of the net and you go, oh, what happened? Because you're looking over it. If you just take those two little hard more strides and you get your ass down to the goal line or a little deeper behind the net, you'll get that angle and you'll be able to tell what happened. Right.
Both these X's I just drew are where you'd want to be, either below or behind.
So I believe this was like the second like no call in this game that led to the coach losing his friggin' mind and they ended up calling the state police. Yeah, so that happened last night. Good thing I passed out at 7:00. But yeah, that was fun.
Kyler, you have your hand up. You were the bench side linesman for this game. Kyler,
is he on here?
Bueller, yeah, he's got his arm raised, his
Oh.
hand raised, and he just made a comment in the thing.
Oh yeah, speak up, man.
No, he's like by phone or whatever.
I can hear someone saying, hey.
So it's not coming through all that clearly.
Was he double muted? Did he have the phone on mute and then also the call on mute? Like you can do that.
Double muted. They're like double secret probation.
No, if you use like I do WebEx calls and like people, there's a mute on there, then there's a mute on your phone, and people leave the both mutes on.
That's what we need for Hanson.
I was just gonna say that. You beat me to it, Chizzy. Damn it. Ah!
If he's on Bluetooth and his earbuds are connected, he might not be able to hear or talk because of it.
Well, I'm gonna finish on this one.
Am I unmuted now?
Oh, there you are.
Wow.
I'm here. I'm here.
Go for it. Floor's yours.
So I was the linesman on the bench side of that last clip of the Elmira game.
Yeah.
And if you ran that clip a little longer, you could see that I went right to the referee and I spoke with him about it immediately right after the play. I heard the coach yelling that entire time, and I tried to, calm him down a little and say I would talk to my partner. I was right against the boards. I had a pretty good angle on it. At most, it was a 2-minute penalty. It was maybe a 2 and 10, if anything. But like, as far as anything more that I personally could have called, it wasn't a major. It wasn't anything more than a minor and maybe a 2 and 10 at most. But I don't think it was anything more than that.
I can live with that. Now, what else happened?
So the coach entered, well, to back it up, at the end of the period, I skated off the ice expecting both of my partners to follow me behind me. Neither of them did. They both stopped and talked to the coach, where they should have talked to him at the beginning of the period instead of the end of the period. But
lesson learned,
neither
right?
here nor there. Didn't happen.
Nope, that's a lesson.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Yeah.
I waited just inside the hallway door there, and all of a sudden I hear yelling and screaming happening. And the coach started yelling that he was going to call Gino, threatening to call Gino. And in that exchange, the coach followed me and both of my officials into the ref room, and I had to stop him from coming farther into the ref room.
Tell the coach you had on speed
The
dial.
coach chased you back to the ref room?
Yep. Yeah, he followed us back into the ref room and tried walking into the ref room to go after my referee.
Yep, that happened. So that's why we don't engage with coaches. That's number one. After periods, right? That's right. Like we have a rule in college hockey. You're not supposed to talk to coaches at the end of the period. And the same thing here in the NCAA. We're using that book in junior hockey. We're not to talk to coaches after the end of the periods, period, because this is what happens or potentially happens. You never know what some of these guys, they might be having a bad day. Their job might be on the line. Who knows, right? Their water tank might have just went, but just stay away from them. And next period, you come out and say, listen, we just mucked that one or whatever. And he's probably a little cooler and you just submitted it wrong and he had some downtime to cool off. And then you don't get a coach, charge it into your locker room. And if he's standing in your way, that's when you go and call security and you don't engage, right? Like there's no need to. There's none. Nothing ever good comes out of it.
Another tip, when after a period, you never want to put yourself in a position on the ice where the coach has to walk by you. Put yourself in a position that's farthest away from where he's going, so that if he decides that he's going to come talk to you, he's got to walk across the ice.
Dude, my foot.
And as he walks across, you can move along the boards so that you are the farthest point away from him that you possibly can be. Because then if he's going to yell at you, he's got to scream across the ice, and he's not going to come running at you. And if he does, everyone sees what happens. If you stand, I see it all the time where a ref stands right next to where the coach is going to walk. That's like saying, hey, fucking say something to me. I dare you. Get the fuck away from there and get as far away as you can, so that, it's a self-preservation thing, along with the fact that you avoid all these troubles.
And Riley, what do they do when you're standing right there? Who do they yell at? They don't yell at the coach motherfucking you. They yell at you.
Yeah.
Why are you standing there? All right, well, I don't know. I'm standing here. Like, get out of there. Get away from them, right?
Also, it doesn't help if you're near where the players are going off either. You want to put yourself where no one is. You can still see everyone, but you're far away from it so that the players can't chirp you when they're skating by. Because what are they going to do? They're going to tell you suck.
Same thing with the penalty you talked about, right? You stop and you're away from the play, right? Same deal.
And if anyone starts coming at you, you put the stop sign up and you let the whole building and everyone know you are not supposed to skate anywhere any closer to me. And if you do and they skate through the stop sign, well, guess what? They're skating right off the rink and getting themselves an extra penalty. It's a simple thing.
So what we did there is, like, at the end of the period, we waited at the referee's crease, waited for the players to remove themselves from the ice. We, stood there at the end of the play, let them all remove themselves from the ice, and the coach was standing right at our door where we skate out, as you can see on the camera right across there. He was standing on the visitor bench right in front of the door on our way out of the ice. So, again, I took the first way out. I expected both of my guys to kind of follow me and go left to the home bench and off that way through the door. And again, they stopped and initiated conversation with him. But we did wait and stay across the ice from him and wait for that period to end and all the players to remove themselves before we did, at least approach that side of the ice.
And I think an important point to make with all this too is, emotions work both ways on this side of things. So you want to give yourself some time to cool off too. If you had a contentious situation
100%.
on the ice, you give yourself a little time to cool off, gather yourself, and then the conversation with the coach is going to be probably a million times easier.
100%. All right. Anybody else? Anything to add on those? Anybody have like the experience where you had a run in with the coach? I've had plenty in pro hockey, underneath the tunnel with GMs and everything else. The people in Florida don't really like me, but
Johnny Granado attacked me in Green Bay, walk into the room We almost had a fist fight. We had to get pulled apart.
Yeah, Craig Brush down in Fort Myers. He was waiting. He was rightfully so after watching it. He had a gripe. It was a major penalty. I call it a minor or whatever. But he can't be in the hallway, like yelling and screaming at me, trying to influence the game. So, at the end, like I didn't know who he was. He was the owner, GM, whatever. And I just said, who the F is this? Get him F out of here, right? So they escorted him out. And then at the end of the game, like it's one of the best spots, like the off-ice people, everything, have a beer or something after. So I went up to him and I said, hey, listen, Mr. Brush, Gene Binder, nice to meet you. I go, our first encounter kind of sucked. I go, why don't you come in here and have a beer with me? And, we could discuss what happened. And I go, listen, I go, you are not to yell and influence the game down here. I go, if you have a problem with something I just did, I go, let's have a conversation afterwards. We can come in here, we can crack a beer, and we can talk. You might be heated. I might be wrong. I go, that was a major penalty. You had a gripe, right? So we had an understanding. Now, later on that season, I was down there for, and there was a penalty late in the game. It wasn't a penalty. They thought it should have been a trip with like 3 seconds left. I don't call it. And the coach's mother effing me, the player's mother effing me, as the Zamboni's doing for the the lap for the shootout. And I fly across the ice. I go, hey, do you want to take the shootout or not? Shut your mouth, blah, blah, blah. Then Malcolm Cameron got into my face. Me and him started going at it. I buzz off to the side of the ice, and I knew what was going to happen. We come around the circle, we come in the tunnel, and me and him just meet face to face and start yelling and screaming. And Craig Brush is sitting there, and he goes, after me and Malcolm started yelling at each other, he goes, hey, Gino, can I come in for a beer? I go, absolutely. Come on in.
He would never yell at a referee.
No. So that's my Craig Brush story.
I got
I
got a story about him as well.
Yeah, let's hear it.
He's unreal. First ever Coast game I went to with a couple of friends. This was, I think I was 18, 19 years old. So Andy Nick and Derek DeVivo were lining the game, and Joe Ernst was the referee. And the Everblades were playing the Atlanta Gladiators, Gwinnett at the time. We go to a shootout. Last shooter from Gwinnett scores to put him up a goal. Then the Everblades are on their third guy. Everblades guy comes down, rings it off the crossbar. Goal light turns on. The Joe Ernst and the low linesman, I think it was Derek DeVivo, both waved it off. So game's over. They come out the tunnel, out the Zam door down there, and Craig's standing there. He throws everything he can, sticks, knocks over a fan, exercise bikes, you name it. If it was in the hallway, it was getting tossed over between the referees and the ref room. And then he's motherfucking him and the whole thing. And I'm sitting in the room with him, and Joe's yelling at him, and Joe's voice. Yeah. That's a match penalty. That's another one. That's another one. And they're just going back and forth through the door. And I'm sitting there like, I never want to work pro hockey.
It was awesome. Me and Malcolm
Brush was,
me and Malcolm Cameron. Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, Brushy, he's still there too, I believe. Yeah, but unreal.
Wow.
But yeah, Joe going back and forth through the door was really funny.
And Joe was my boss at the time, and he fined. I think he might have. I don't know if he got suspended, but he got fined.